Once upon a time, in a world not so different from our own, there existed a man named Jonathan. Jonathan was an ordinary man in every sense. He had a modest job, a small apartment, and lived a life of quiet routine. He never sought fame or fortune, nor did he believe he possessed any extraordinary abilities. Yet within him, as within every human being, lay a dormant, immense power, one that transcended the physical and mental realms, a power of the spirit. From a young age, Jonathan had been curious about the mysteries of life. He would spend hours gazing at the stars, pondering the vastness of the universe and his place within it. Despite his fascination with the cosmos, he never truly grasped the depth of his connection to it. His days were spent in mundane tasks, his nights in restless dreams, never realizing the infinite potential that lay within him. One fateful evening, as Jonathan was walking home from work, he stumbled upon an old, dusty bookstore tucked away in a narrow alley. Drawn by an inexplicable force, he entered the store and began browsing through its shelves. Amidst the dusty tomes, he found a book that seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly light. Its title read, "Infinite Life and Power." Intrigued, Jonathan took the book to the counter. The old shopkeeper, with a knowing smile, simply said, "This book finds those who are ready for its wisdom." Jonathan nodded, though he did not fully understand the gravity of the shopkeeper's words. That night, as he began to read, Jonathan felt a profound shift within him. The book spoke of an illimitable power, one that resided within every human being, a power of the spirit that was unconquerable. This power was not of the ordinary life, not of the finite will or the human mind. It transcended these because it was of a higher spiritual order. The text revealed that this immense power lay dormant within every man and woman, hidden until they were sufficiently evolved to be entrusted with its use. Thought, it said, was a spiritual power of tremendous potency. By thought, a man could either raise himself up and connect to the infinite powerhouse of the universe or sever himself from the divine inflow entirely. Jonathan's curiosity turned to determination. He realized that his thoughts were his greatest weapon, the key to either drawing on the infinite or cutting himself off from it. As Jonathan delved deeper into the book, he learned that through the divine spark within, man was connected to the infinite. Divine life and power were his if he could but realize it. Ignorance of this oneness with the divine source rendered one incapable of accessing the power that was truly theirs. But once this inner knowledge was attained, one became the possessor of infinite power and unlimited resources. Jonathan felt a stirring within his soul. The words resonated deeply, awakening a part of him that had long been asleep. He realized that this power was not only God's but also his own. However, it was only revealed to those who were fit to be entrusted with it. The revelation of one's oneness with the divine source brought with it a boundless power. The book cautioned that many feared the dissemination of such secrets, worrying that those unilluminated and unevolved might misuse spiritual power. Yet Jonathan understood that true spiritual power could not be misused for base purposes, as its higher nature transcended the mundane. It spoke of black magicians and those who searched tirelessly for knowledge without finding it, as spiritual powers and influences withheld revelation from those who were not ready. Jonathan's journey of self-discovery was just beginning. He committed himself to relinquishing all selfish striving and to aligning his will with the greater will of the whole. This yielding, which might seem an act of weakness to the unenlightened, was in truth the entrance to a life of almost boundless power. He began to see that man was never separate from his divine source, and the separation he felt was merely a mental construct, a result of blindness and unbelief. Man, Jonathan learned, was spirit, an integral part of a complete whole. He lived, moved, and had his being in God, and God dwelt within him. The majority of people were unaware of this intimate relationship with the divine, and because of their ignorance or refusal to believe, they felt separated from the inner life of God. This separation, however, was only in their thoughts and beliefs, not in reality. Jonathan's realization was profound. He understood that he could never be truly separated from spirit, for he himself was spirit. This awakening shifted him from weakness to power, from death to life. One moment he felt alone and weak the next. He realized he was a son of God, with all the privileges and powers that entailed. He was one with his divine source, filled with the infinite power that was his to draw upon. This newfound awareness transformed Jonathan's life. He began to see that his thoughts held immense power. If he believed he was separate from God, he would live as though this were true, feeling weak and impotent. But if he believed and thought himself one with the infinite, he would find it gloriously true and live a life of power and purpose. His work, once difficult and overwhelming, became manageable and within his capabilities. He was directly connected to the spiritual power of the universe, the divine spark within him linked to the sacred flame. Jonathan understood that a change had to take place within him before he could fully enter into his divine inheritance. He had to learn to think as a spiritual being rather than a material one. Like the prodigal son, he had to come to himself, leave the husks and swine in the far country, and return to his father's house, where there was enough bread of life to spare. With this inner transformation, Jonathan's life began to change in miraculous ways. He no longer saw himself as a mere mortal, but as a spiritual being with infinite power. He realized that the struggles and challenges of life were opportunities for growth and expression of his divine nature. He connected deeply with the divine source, drawing upon the infinite power that was always his. Jonathan's journey was one of awakening and realization, a testament to the boundless potential within every human being. He discovered that life, infinite and powerful, was his for the taking if he but aligned his thoughts and beliefs with the divine truth. This profound shift from ignorance to enlightenment, from separation to oneness, brought him a life of unparalleled fulfillment and joy. In this newfound state, Jonathan became a beacon of light and inspiration to others. He shared his insights and experiences, helping those around him realize their own divine potential. The world around him began to change as more people awakened to their true nature, creating a ripple effect of transformation and enlightenment. And so, Jonathan's story continues, a journey of infinite life and power, a testament to the limitless possibilities that lie within each of us. For in every heart beats the divine spark, waiting to be kindled into a glorious flame, illuminating the path to our true, boundless selves.